First up, let's talk about the humble yet mighty one-penny coin of the United Kingdom. At first, it may appear as nothing more than a small copper disc, often tucked away in drawers or forgotten at the bottom of purses. But don't be fooled, some of these pennies are true legends in the coin world. With rare minting years, striking errors, and scarce variations, the one-penny coin has surprised collectors time and time again with staggering values at auctions. Especially when kept in its raw, unpolished, dirty condition, these coins carry the aura of age and authenticity that collectors crave. Now, moving on to the 2p coins, a denomination that holds a special place in British coinage. The 2p coin, introduced in 1971 with decimalization, was more than just a unit of currency. It was a statement of a modernizing nation. But among the millions struck, rare treasures exist. Some were struck in pure bronze, some carry minting errors, and a few even escaped the mint with designs that were never intended for the public. These are the coins that fuel bidding wars and make headlines in the numismatic world. What makes the 2p coin particularly exciting is the famous error strikes. Imagine finding a coin that reads, "New penny," instead of 2p, a tiny detail that transforms an everyday coin into a prize worth thousands. These are the accidents of history, the rare moments when perfection slipped at the Royal Mint, and those mistakes turned into masterpieces for collectors. Ladies and gentlemen, step into the extraordinary world of numismatics, where the simplest copper coin can carry the weight of untold fortune. Today, we speak of the 1939 United Kingdom one-penny copper coin, a coin so rare, so mesmerizing, and so charged with history that its value today is measured not in cents or pounds, but in millions. At first glance, it might seem like an ordinary relic from Britain's past, a humble penny no different from the countless others once clinking in the pockets of the people. But beneath its modest surface lies a treasure of unimaginable worth, a coin that has the power to alter destiny and transform a simple collector into a millionaire overnight. The year 1939 was no ordinary year. It marked the very beginning of the Second World War, a time of upheaval, uncertainty, and change. Every artifact from that period carries a weight of history, but the coins minted in those tense years carry it most vividly. A penny from 1939 is not just a coin, it is a silent witness to an era when Britain stood on the edge of darkness, when its people prepared for a struggle that would test the very limits of endurance. To hold this coin is to hold a piece of that history, to feel the pulse of a nation etched into copper. But what makes the 1939 one penny so extraordinarily valuable? The answer lies in its rarity. During the outbreak of war, production of coinage was affected by shifting priorities, resource shortages, and the urgent needs of a nation mobilizing for conflict. Some issues were struck in limited numbers, others were experimental in design or composition, and a handful were preserved in near-perfect condition, untouched by time. These rare survivors are the ones that today fetch astonishing prices in the marketplace, each one regarded as a treasure beyond measure. Imagine a simple copper coin, bearing the royal profile of King George VI, minted at the dawn of war. Most of these coins circulated heavily, battered by years of use, worn down until their details were nearly erased. But if one survived in pristine condition, its field still glowing, its inscription sharp, its surfaces untarnished, that coin is worth its weight not in copper, but in gold and beyond. Collectors do not hesitate to fight fiercely over such specimens, driving their price into the realm of millions. Even more intriguing are the whispered tales of error coins from that year. In the chaos of wartime, mistakes at the Royal Mint slipped into circulation, off-center strikes, doubled lettering, variations in thickness, and unusual copper tones. Each of these so-called minting accidents created coins unlike any other, one-of-a-kind pieces that today stand as numismatic legends. Their rarity cannot be overstated, for each one is a unique artifact, unmatched and unrepeatable. Consider for a moment the irony. In 1939, a penny could buy next to nothing, just a fraction of daily necessities. Yet in today's market, that same penny, when rare, can be worth millions of dollars. It is the ultimate transformation, a symbol of how history and rarity turn the most ordinary object into a priceless fortune. For those who discover such a coin, it is as though fate has delivered a miracle into their hands, a miracle that should never be sold cheaply or squandered thoughtlessly. The beauty of the 1939 penny adds further to its mystique. The obverse carries the portrait of King George VI, calm and dignified, representing stability amidst looming conflict. The reverse depicts Britannia, seated proudly with her trident and shield, a timeless symbol of Britain's strength and sovereignty. To study this design is to see art in miniature, every line and curve a reflection of the values of an empire under strain yet unbroken. Collectors value not just the coin itself, but what it represents. The 1939 penny embodies resilience, heritage, and the endurance of a nation in crisis. It is more than copper, it is memory. To own one is to own a fragment of Britain's struggle and survival during one of the most defining periods in human history. And in the world of collectors, that symbolism makes the coin priceless. Over the decades, auctions have turned the 1939 penny into a phenomenon. When one appears for sale, it sparks bidding wars, with collectors pushing prices into staggering heights. These events make headlines and add to the legend, fueling dreams among ordinary people that the coins rattling in their old boxes might be the ticket to fortune. Indeed, stories abound of individuals finding rare pennies in forgotten drawers, only to discover their worth is beyond imagination. The copper glow of the 1939 penny itself has an allure unlike any other. Unlike modern coins, mass-produced with machine perfection, these older pieces carry a soul. The warm tones of aged copper, the subtle patina earned through decades, the unique character of each strike, together, they make each coin feel alive, as if whispering the secrets of the past. Time, of course, only deepens the rarity. Each passing year diminishes the number of surviving high-grade coins. Those lost, damaged, or neglected are gone forever, leaving only a handful to command the fascination and wealth of collectors. This natural scarcity is why prices rise continually, and why the coin's value today is measured in millions. For some, the appeal of the 1939 penny lies not in money but in legacy. To possess one is to join a lineage of collectors, historians, and visionaries who understand the true weight of such a treasure. It is a coin that can be handed down through generations, carrying with it not just value but a story of history, resilience, and fortune hidden in the smallest of things. Yet for others, it is the life-changing power of the coin that matters most. Imagine holding a penny that can pay off debts, buy homes, and set your family free from financial worry forever. That is the miracle this tiny copper disc can deliver. That is why it must never be dismissed, never sold at a low price, for its true worth is beyond comprehension. The aura of the 1939 penny is almost mystical. It is as if history itself chose to embed its spirit into this copper coin, turning it into a talisman of wealth and destiny. Those who own it know that they possess not just money, but magic, the kind of magic that can alter lives in a heartbeat. And so, the 1939 one-penny copper coin of the United Kingdom has risen far above its humble origins. It is no longer just a piece of money, it is an artifact of war, a relic of empire, and a vessel of fortune. It is proof that greatness often hides in the smallest of places, waiting to be discovered by those with eyes to see. In the grand halls of numismatics, few coins inspire the awe and hunger that this penny commands. It is a jewel among copper, a star among currency, and a treasure whose legend only grows brighter with time. For you, the listener, the lesson is clear. Check every coin, treasure every piece, and never underestimate what you hold in your hands. Because sometimes, a penny is not a penny at all, it is $1 million key to fortune. The 1939 one-penny copper coin is more than money, more than history. It is destiny in metal form. It is the chance to change your life overnight, to step from the ordinary into the extraordinary. So hold on to it, cherish it, and never let it go for less than its true worth. Because this coin has the power to change your fortune forever. It is not just a coin, it is a miracle of history, a monument of copper, and perhaps the single most valuable penny you will ever see. And up next is... Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourselves for a journey into the world of hidden treasures, where a tiny copper coin can turn into a life-changing fortune. The focus today is on one of the most mysterious and sought-after pieces of British coinage, the 1971 United Kingdom 2-pence copper coin. At first glance, it looks ordinary, just another coin that once rolled across counters, jingled in pockets, and passed unnoticed in daily life. Yet beneath that simple copper surface lies a story of rarity, prestige, and unimaginable wealth. This is not just a coin, it is a golden key in copper form, capable of unlocking fortunes worth millions in today's market. The year 1971 is monumental in the history of British coinage. It was the year of decimalization, when the United Kingdom moved from the centuries-old system of shillings and pence into the modern decimal currency system. That year, new coins were introduced to replace the old, and among them was the now famous 2-pence copper coin. It was brand new, unfamiliar, and part of a revolution that forever changed how the people of Britain handled their money. To hold a 1971 2-pence coin is to hold the very beginning of that new chapter. But not all 1971 2-pence coins are created equal. Millions were struck, yes, but only a fraction survive today in their rarest form, those in untouched, pristine, or error-struck conditions. These are the ones that capture the imagination of collectors, the ones capable of fetching staggering sums. And when I say staggering, I mean prices that leap into the millions, prices that can transform the life of anyone fortunate enough to own such a piece. The reason the 1971 2-pence is so valuable lies not just in its role in decimalization, but in its extraordinary rarity when found in specific conditions. Imagine discovering a coin that has never been touched, never been tarnished, still glowing with the fresh brilliance it carried the moment it left the royal mint. Imagine the razor-sharp details of Queen Elizabeth II's portrait and the crest on the reverse standing out as if engraved just yesterday. Such perfection is almost impossible to find after decades of circulation, which is why collectors will pay anything to secure it. Then there are the errors, the miracles of minting. In 1971, the rush to produce vast quantities of new decimal coins meant mistakes slipped through. Some coins were struck off-center, others bore double impressions, and a few even carried the wrong metal composition. These anomalies turned ordinary coins into unique masterpieces, and uniqueness is the soul of value. To hold an error 1971 2-pence is to hold something no one else in the world has, and that kind of exclusivity is priceless. Think for a moment about the irony. A coin with a face value of just 2-pence, almost nothing in practical terms, can today sell for millions. It's the ultimate twist of fate, where the smallest denomination can deliver the largest fortune. This is why those who discover one must not rush to spend or sell it cheaply, because in the right collector's hands, this coin is the crown jewel of an entire era. Collectors across the globe are constantly on the hunt for the 1971 2-pence. Auction houses have witnessed intense battles over rare examples, with bidding wars escalating into astronomical figures. Each sale adds to the legend, cementing the coin's status as one of the most valuable copper pieces in existence. The stories of coins selling for life-changing sums spread like wildfire, inspiring new treasure hunters to check their collections, their drawers, and their jars of old coins. The coin itself, when admired closely, is a piece of art. On one side rests the youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, her face serene and timeless, embodying the dignity of a new era. On the reverse, the badge of the Prince of Wales with its 3 ostrich feathers and the motto, Ich Dien, gleams proudly, a reminder of Britain's deep royal traditions. Together, these designs make the coin a bridge between modernity and heritage, a perfect marriage of history and currency. For many, owning this coin is not simply about wealth, but about prestige. It is a symbol of accomplishment, a badge of honor among numismatists. To display a 1971 ultra-rare 2-pence in one's collection is to announce to the world that you hold a piece of history that few will ever touch. It is not just an investment, but a legacy that can be passed on, carrying with it the story of fortune and rarity. And yet, the coin also carries with it an element of destiny. Countless people may have handled one of these coins without ever realizing its worth, spending it casually on a sweet or a bus fare. But for the lucky few who recognize what they have, the 1971 2-pence becomes a life-altering discovery. It is as though fate itself has chosen them to uncover a hidden treasure, to be rewarded for noticing what others overlooked. The copper glow of the coin only adds to its allure. Over time, many coins have dulled and darkened, but those rare pieces kept untouched shine with a reddish warmth that seems almost alive. In the right light, the coin appears to glow like embers, as if holding within it the fire of history. That glow, combined with its rarity, gives the coin an almost mystical aura. Now, picture yourself as the owner of such a coin. With just one piece of copper, you could alter your life forever, pay off debts, buy homes, build businesses, or live dreams you never thought possible. And it all begins with something as small as a 2-pence coin. That is the magic of numismatics, the power of the extraordinary hiding in the ordinary. The 1971 2-pence is also deeply symbolic. It represents the shift from the old to the new, the resilience of tradition adapting to modernity. It is a coin that marked history in Britain, and that historic importance only multiplies its value. Collectors don't just buy a coin, they buy the story, the legacy, the symbolism that comes with it. With each passing year, the number of pristine 1971 2-pence coins decreases. Time takes its toll on copper. Oxidation, scratches, circulation all erode the chance of finding perfection. This natural rarity ensures that the value of surviving gems only climbs higher, making them even more desirable as the years go on. In some circles, whispers of record-breaking prices for these coins are enough to spark frenzied searches. People dig through old boxes, family heirlooms, and coin collections in hopes of stumbling upon the life-changing treasure. And indeed, history has shown that such discoveries often happen when least expected. The coin's legend is fueled by these stories, ordinary individuals discovering extraordinary wealth in the most unlikely places. That is why the 1971 2-pence holds a mythical status, almost like a modern-day treasure hunt, except the treasure is hiding in plain sight. Even beyond money, there is something awe-inspiring about holding a coin that carries decades of history, a coin that was part of Britain's Great Transition. It is a direct link to the past, a silent witness to an era of change, yet still alive in your hands. That connection to history is priceless in itself. Those who understand the power of this coin guard it carefully. They know that selling it cheaply would mean wasting a miracle. This coin must be valued not just as currency, but as a once-in-a-lifetime artifact that bridges fortune, history, and destiny. The world of coins is vast, but few coins reach the status of legend. The 1971 2-pence copper coin is one of them.